Welcome to the DIY Writer Show with the mild-mannered, slightly heroic host, Jeff Bacon.
The following conversation may be viewed as offensive. Please forgive the authors involved. They don't get out much and tend to misbehave on Zoom calls. You have been warned.
So we'll go ahead and start recording in 3, 2, 1.
No preamble there.
Oh, this is the DIY Writer Podcast late at night with Rachel Renner and D.W. Hawkins. We thought that we would actually start this out with a shot, but D.W. doesn't have a shot, so he's got. Oh, you got to show that sexy. Special. You got some, yeah, oh yeah, there you go. All right, he's lighting it up.
Oh, I wish I got the memo. All right. Are you calling that a shot, Jeff?
No, I'm not. It's just, it should be about a shot's worth.
All right. Look at how much this is. I haven't drank in a while. So
nice. The question now is, how small are your hands? Like in reality, you're like 2.5 feet
tall. But this is like 3.5 or 4 inches tall.
That's that's like a half a shot, Rachel.
Shut up. Look. Where are we at? I can't even see it. Look, it's 4 inches high.
Since we're getting rulers out,
you had a ruler ready. Like, wow.
I'm sitting at my desk. I thought all men walked around with rulers. I'm taking my shot now.
We eyeball it. I thought we had to come up with a clever toast.
I don't think so.
I need better rum. That hurt my soul.
Yeah.
You guys look like you're having such a great time there.
Well, usually this is not what I don't know. It's really good in a mixed drink. Shooting it is that was a little more than I probably should have shot, but oh well. Hi.
It's gonna be fun.
How are you? What the fuck are we doing? I don't know.
What were you drinking anyway? I didn't even see it. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
This fancy stuff. I actually like it, but it's
Añejo
tequila from Kirkland, a fancy brand. I picked it up just because it was like $19.
No, you
at Costco, and they didn't have Hornitos there, and it's like, oh, I'll just pick this up and try it. And it's like, I kind of like it. Nice. So it doesn't taste like stupid or anything like that, but I thought for $19, what the hell? I'll try it.
Yeah, why not, right? It's only a liver.
It's only a liver.
Right.
My liver is one tough son of a bitch. So
we have 2 of them anyway, right?
I think
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's either that we have 2 or that each one has 9 lives. It could be both. So,
My alcoholic ex-boyfriend told me that everybody has 2 livers, so drink up. So
there you go.
Yeah. How's he doing now with his 2 livers?
I think he's dead.
Okay.
I haven't checked in a while.
Facebook status not deceased. Right. Yeah.
So I don't think this can actually be
ex-boyfriends.
Oh, yeah. I don't think this can actually be a drunken podcast until we do 2 shots to start. And in DW's case, he probably needs 2 full beers.
I'm folding. I'm doing what they call a German shot, right? I'm taking like a hit of this, and then I'm hitting this, and then I'm blowing it out. It's like a sandwich. It's like a wonderful narcotic sandwich. I don't know.
But how is that different from any other time we ever talked to you?
Well, I'm just awesome all the time. That's just proof of how awesome I am, I suppose. My life is amazing.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Oh, but wait, I thought if we're going to do another shot, right, we got to have a clever toast.
You think of it while I'm pouring.
Oh, I only know one. I used to know several clever toasts.
I feel like you should know all of the toasts.
I used to know a bunch. I only remember one of them.
What is it? Is it worthy of this moment?
It might be.
Okay, then do it.
All right, you guys ready then?
Yep.
All right, here's the honor.
Here's the honor.
Getting on her, staying on her, coming on her.
Cheers, motherfucker.
There you go.
Whew. It's getting toasty in here.
Perfect.
It's cold out here, dude. It was storming here all fucking day. Like the internet was down all fucking day.
What's cold in Georgia?
Aren't you in Arizona right now?
Let's see. No, I'm in Georgia right now.
Oh, I suck.
I live in Arizona, but I'm over here dealing with some family stuff.
I had
until the new
that
year.
backwards because you are definitely, you seem like more of a southeast kind of guy than a southwest kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah. People, I mean, it's hard to escape, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like 68 degrees here, but it's
that's
wet and
that's
it's
fucking
like
horrible.
Poor
cold.
baby.
Oh
Dude,
no.
It's not really 68. Like that's just what my phone says, you know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's chilly, man. It's been storming and fucking now it's blowing wind. It's cold as shit.
Oh.
Oh. Sorry,
I
buddy.
had to break out my leggings and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So
No, we don't want to see.
I actually want to share my screen for a second. Can I, guys?
Go for
Will
it.
that come through?
Do it.
Jeff, Mr. Bacon?
I think I have to.
While you figure it out, I have a question.
You should be
for-
able to.
Sweet. Okay. Well, DW,
Mm-hmm.
you were talking in your podcast, which I got around to listening. Thanks a lot about the polar bear seal clubbing thing.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So you were talking about creating a new type of metal for this book that you're working on, right? Or like a new, yeah. And it was called Selenite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you disabled me.
What?
Enable me. I need enablers.
Oh, is it a real thing?
Yes.
Okay. I was like,
Selenite.
I don't know. It's just like that was like the name that I slapped on it in the moment. You know what I mean? And kept
It
writing.
sounds really good. In fact, it's so good that there's already a mineral called selenite. It's really cool. I'm going to try not to out myself too much as a complete mineral geek. But
Oh yeah, are you?
yeah.
I might
mineral
need to
geek?
talk to you then. I mean,
Oh, you
if one were
should.
to come up with a name for a mineral, like how would you name it? Like what are like the various naming schemes for minerals? Are they just after scientists who discover them, or besides like the base elements? What is the?
I don't want Bacon's followers to commit suicide. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to go through the mineralogical naming techniques. But if you want, we can have another drunk call where we talk about that.
You should
Okay,
be able
cool,
to
yeah.
share. Looking at the settings.
I mean,
Oh,
last time we were
sweet.
talking about the proper.
Oh wait. Oh.
Monkey balls.
Oh God.
Nice.
Oops. Oops.
Oh.
Oh,
Net rough
just
and
my
ready.
search history here. Oh my god.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Nice.
Here we go.
So not only
Over
is
here, do we see?
And over here we see the non-phallic version of selenite. Oh, I can get a free birth chart numerology reading, guys.
Oh, that
I
sounds
mean,
awesome.
if you're gonna learn your future, that's the way to do it. Numerology, definitely.
Yeah. Are
Absolutely.
you into that?
Numerology?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in so many numerological circles. It's insane. I'm well known in the numerology underworld.
A numerologist.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
How
I
does it
came
work?
up with the
Tell me,
God,
I want to know all
no.
about numerology. Tell me.
I don't know what the fuck numerology is. But it sounds like total BS to me. I don't know.
Should we do it? I'll pull it back up. No, I'm just kidding. Let's
Yeah.
not. Let's not.
Yeah,
You should get on the numerology newsletter, you know.
Yeah, numerals are very important to me.
Yeah.
I mean, but they had like they had like an occult symbol, you know, on that thing. You know, it looked like, you know, like one of those astrological birth charts or something. Learn the position of the stars at the time of your birth and your holy number or something, you know, something like that.
See, I never really get into that just because it's like, okay, 3 + 1 + 1 = 5. And that's actually related to 25. If you divide that by 10, it's 2.5. And then of course, if you add that to 17 and a half, that ends up being 20, which is 2020. And that's when the end of the world's going to be.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
like that.
I was watching an Indian matchmaking show because, again, I'm that cool. I'm that cool. No, it's so interesting.
I would totally watch
so
that.
interesting
Yeah.
how they do it. They make like a resume about like everything from their skin color to their background to their hobbies. And it's actually very racist and uncomfortable to see. But anyway, they will consult an astrology expert. Like once you are into the multimillionaire status and you pay for these really like involved high scale whatever matchmakers,
right.
they
Yeah.
start
I've read
getting
about
like
that.
astrologers involved. And if you're not a right fit astrologically, then doesn't work. So
I've
they
read about that.
yeah, they put some stock into that.
Huh.
I know.
I mean, people do all kinds of crazy. Have you ever read the thing about the oracle at Delphi?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the truth of the matter is that she was just an old woman, sitting over a crack in the earth, huffing gas all day.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Ugly Betty.
I did. Like, and like she moved, the destinies of empires, man. Like, that shit's crazy.
Is that the one that made Oedipus sleep with his mother? I get my
so, yeah.
seers and oracles mixed up. I'm also, dude, I'm already like buzzed. It's been 2 shots and I'm good night.
Sweet summer child.
Sweet. Oh.
I have another question for you, DW.
Mhm.
So you write grimdark, right? But
I
okay,
suppose I do.
I have 2 questions. One, because I'm a noob in the fantasy world, relatively noob. What is the difference between grimdark and just dark? And also, why do you say you write grimdark, but it's not actually grimdark?
Well, whenever you talk about genre, you have to throw out 1,000 caveats in the first place, because there are like 10 people in the crowd who get really twisted up about what every genre means, Like if it doesn't have this trope or that trope, it's not technically grimdark if it doesn't have, a morally gray choice at a certain point in the story or something like that.
Okay.
But to me, I'd say the difference between dark and grimdark would be grimdark has to do with sort of the themes explored in the story, maybe, or like
Are they
maybe.
grim?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. I don't. It doesn't have to be like bloody and. It's just that every now and then shitty things have to happen. You know what I mean? And it's almost like it has to deliver exactly what you knew was going to happen, but you didn't know that you knew it was going to happen.
It has to be at least as gritty as dark fantasy is.
Right. Like dark fantasy to me, I think you can have dark fantasy if you've got vampires. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a wider umbrella. Like you can have dark. Like you could write a dark fantasy about a troop of vampires, and
Is that next on your list of things to write?
Vampire Academy in their.
Are you getting into like the paranormal romance type stuff?
Oh,
because
dude,
I would read the shit.
He's going to do paranormal romance in a YA grimdark.
Oh, dude,
I would read PNR by D.W. Hawkins. I would absolutely. I don't think I've read a PNR before, but I would read yours.
Oh man, I think I read a lot of paranormal romance before I really knew it was paranormal romance, because I read Anne Rice growing up. You know what I mean? When I was in high school, I straight up did. I read Anne Rice.
Of course you did.
I read the whole Interview with the Vampire series, like Interview with the Vampire, Lestat, all the way up to like Armand. I didn't read Armand because it got really too sexual in the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't want to read that,
Yeah, I know.
But then I read.
You don't like sex. We've gathered.
I don't. I am a practicing Taoist monk. One of the things I regularly do is I just tie like a huge rope around my balls and I drag that around all day to hold down my huge sex drive. Like it takes that much. I have to like tie it down on like an aircraft pad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a whole rigging system down there. It's crazy.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horseshit.
That somehow sounds like him too. Well, I guess the next step would be becoming a eunuch.
you know,
Well, you
lots
got
of people
Rachel
have made
calling you
that choice
Becky.
over the years.
They call him Becky. I'm gonna have my last stop. Excuse me.
Oh my!
Talk amongst
oh my
yourselves.
God! Oh my God! I'll give you a topic.
I really should have bought better rum.
It's good for you, it really is. I mean,
I feel it in
speaking
both of
of
my
rum,
livers.
Both your
I
livers.
downloaded 2 pirate books on Audible today, like the history of the world's most notorious pirates. Another one was like Blue Waters, Black Sails. You just made me think of it because you're like, some rum, blah blah blah.
Where's the rum?
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you can get this is really good.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that actually looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a dark spiced rum, and
I like it because it has an octopus.
94 proof. It's called Kraken.
Oh shit.
That's really
Sounds
good.
delicious.
It
Sounds
actually is. I should have probably started with that tonight.
Do it. I feel like I'm a little bit more than you guys.
Yeah, we've only had 2 shots.
I know, but I don't drink that much, and I'm not a very big person. My mouth
funny
is
thing
bigger
is-
than the rest of me.
No, wait a minute. You're the one that said, "Oh God, we have to do 2 shots right away." Everybody has to do 2 shots. We've done our 2 shots.
And actually, this whole let's get drunk together podcast was your idea the first
No,
place,
it wasn't.
Really? Okay. It
It
wasn't.
might have been. I
No.
think it was.
Really?
Yeah, your true motives emerge. See, yes.
I think she just wanted to get drunk with us.
I think I did too.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Although I will say, you guys mentioned how there are like 2 women who will actually put up with and like you.
Yeah.
And you mentioned my name as one of those 2 women. And when I was listening, I was like, I want to take it that far, dude. Like,
Don't fucking push it.
that's a little presumptuous. I feel like tolerate is about as good as
I mean,
I love you both.
I still use your name on all my legal documents. I mean, sometimes I pretend to be you, like when I'm ordering things from Amazon or
Hey, look.
signing up for like porn news.
I identify as Rachel Rener.
There, this is, now we look like twins, right?
We do. We could be the same person. No one would ever know.
No one would ever know.
Oh no.
But what was the other question you asked? You said dark fantasy and fantasy, or dark fantasy and grim dark,
why do you
right?
not consider yours grimdark? I still don't fully understand what grimdark is, but I'll pretend that I do.
I think grimdark is just like it's hard, But me and Jacob have a joke about fucking grimdark. There you go.
Yeah.
You should grow some or you should pay for some like prop mustachios, some like really exaggerated ones, and wear them out in public.
Not sure if that's my
Damn,
old
I look
West
good
or my
with a
porn
mustache.
stash.
Yes.
Really good. I look like a 70s porn star. Love it. I'm gonna grow one.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should.
I'm always so jealous of those women who can grow facial hair.
Dude, Jeff, the handlebars actually look. You actually look like the president of a motorcycle club. You look. Wait, Rachel. If Jeff was the president of a motorcycle club, right, what would his fucking road name be? All right, you get to pick one, and then I get to pick one.
Pervy McRocksoff?
Whoa! Where'd that soft part come in?
That mustache makes you look like a child molester.
All right, it's gone.
True story. True story. Back when I had a
Okay.
motorcycle, I took it in for service, and it was a little sports bike, a Buell. And so I had to take it to Harley back when Harley was making Buells. And there was some sort of like motorcycle club rally when I got there. So it was all these like bandanas, leather, like chaps, you name it. And there I am in like my little like full face helmet and like sports jacket. And I had to be there for like 3 hours, and they initiated me into their motorcycle club, and they gave me the nickname Bone Crusher Bonnie.
Okay.
I don't know why, but to this day, I like to brag that even though I don't have a motorcycle anymore, I'm still part of an MC.
Right.
Well,
So,
Sorry, Grimdark.
dude,
Jeff turned into a vampire.
you just scrambled my brain with Bone Crusher Bonnie.
Oh, and you have to come up. I'm sorry, you have to come up with his second, like, perv or whatever,
pervy name, yeah.
or motorcycle, whatever name.
Motorcycle child molester. What'd you say?
Pervy McRock.
Yeah, there you go.
So, does it have to be motorcycle child molester, or just can we knock off the child molester part?
Oh yeah, please do.
Can we just,
Please do.
Can we just knock off the?
Luckily, I get to edit this afterwards, so.
I thought you didn't edit because you wanted it to be au natural.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll just
called you.
All of a sudden your voices will change. What she meant to say was.
I'm being quiet. I'm being quiet.
Shit, I don't know, man.
Come on, DW.
Like, I'm thinking of something. Let's see. How about just the highway ball snatcher?
What?
Where did you get the sound effects? Where did you get the sound effects?
His butt.
You know, I just have stupid shit from when I used to have an office.
Actually, dude, no, it couldn't be that because what was the last conversation we had? We were talking about monkey balls.
Monkey
right?
balls, yeah.
It would have to be, dude. What about like?
You talked about it so much.
It's an interesting. Listen, let me tell you something about the wonderful. What we're gonna call the fucking balls. It's it's an amazing creation in the universe. I don't know if you know this, but you know.
Until they get kicked.
Well, I mean, if you're well skilled on that kind of karate, it can be devastating. It's true.
Yeah, I think we spent about 10 minutes on monkey balls, or just balls in general.
The thing that I found the most fascinating is that somehow, even though DW and I never spoke about our podcast, I didn't even know he had been on one before me. We both independently brought up tentacle porn.
Yes.
And that blows my mind and also makes me a little bit nervous about the state of my brain. Because once DW and I are on like the same page without talking about it, I get a little concerned about
just
myself.
Look to your right and your left and you realize, oh shit, we're on the same train. Oh my God.
We are weirdly on the same train and it bothers me significantly.
Were you watching the same guy? Or was DW the guy with the magazine sitting there like, oh, hey, look at this, tentacle porn? Just wondering.
Probably.
Okay. Dude, I would be showing people. I'd be check this shit out, dude. Did you know that octopi have blah, 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 blah?
Pusses, octopuses. It's Greek. Octopi is the Latin ending and it's wrong. It's actually octopuses.
Is it?
Yes. When you have more than one octopus of the same species, the plural is just octopus.
The same species?
Species. When you have more than one octopus of different species, it's octopuses. And when you're a James Bond movie, it's octopussy.
Octopussy. I was going to try to drive the conversation in that direction, but
of course you were.
You're going. You keep driving. I'm comfortable where we're going.
I like octopuses.
Just keep going, baby.
No, octopussy's fine too.
Have you guys ever heard that thing about octopuses having like 20,000 chromosomes or some dumb shit?
Dude, they're the coolest animal on earth. They have 8 separate nervous systems. They have 3 hearts. They have blue blood, and they can change the color and texture of their skin. They're fucking brilliant.
That is wild, right?
Yeah, they're really cool. I get a little passionate about like octopuses.
Really? Yeah. I was gonna say people talk about evolution. Like that's crazy evolution right there.
Some people say that they're aliens. That
I've heard that too, but I mean, do they have like DNA, like everything
else?
Also,
a little chewy when you eat them.
When I lived in Japan, I used to like eating them. Octopus balls.
Oh.
Not the balls of octopuses, but fried octopus made into balls. I don't know what octopus balls would actually look like. You guys need to drink more.
That's a good question. Dude, that dude.
So let's see. She was trashing SDW for talking about monkey balls, but octopus balls, that's perfectly fine.
They're called takoyaki. They're a real thing.
Takoyaki?
And you eat them.
Something that's
you're talking
named
about,
yucky
like,
is delicious.
I think yaki means fried balls. And
yaki. I thought you meant yucky. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're eating all these rare animals and, like, burning tires up in the Antarctic, down in the Antarctic. I mean, cleaning out entire penguin refuge for, your.
What am I doing with the penguins? I'm killing the polar bears. I'm slaughtering the seal cubs. I'm lighting tires on fire. What am I doing with the damn penguins now?
Well, I'm sure penguins are delicious.
Tastes like chicken.
They gotta be well marbled. I mean,
they have a lot of blubber.
They do.
Yeah, they're like Arctic chickens.
They are pretty crazy. Penguins are pretty crazy. But okay, so Jeff.
Yes.
You write sort of what you would consider grimdark urban fantasy, right?
I write dark fantasy with an urban setting.
Okay, so what would you consider the difference between dark and grimdark?
I honestly think it's the amount of gray matter, the amount of violence, and the like you said, the gray decisions. I don't think there's really a good guy in grimdark.
Would The Witcher be grimdark? Because he's a pretty morally ambiguous character.
Probably. Would you think so? It's dark fantasy.
Or
I think it's just another step beyond dark fantasy. I think it just turn it up a notch. As far as what I can tell.
Of fantasy. Oh my gosh. I haven't even heard of half of them. There's so many.
But you can actually go into Amazon and search grimdark and still get a paranormal romance.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the tagging system. Everybody plays that game where they try to slip their books into weird genres, to try to, I mean, it's part of the game these days, I suppose.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last time, Jeff. It was like Swedish Jewish cookbooks for people who have werewolf issues. And then you're like, I got number one in my category.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a bestseller.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
It
it's one. I think that's one of those games that you can play, close, to the fire, sort of way out in the cold. You know what I mean? Like, you can be way off with your bullshit, or you can kind of, okay.
If it fits, I don't really care. It's just when it's so off, or when I look at like a horror occult type listing, and I see these, happy-go-lucky urban fantasies in there. It's like, what the fuck are you trying to do? This isn't horror occult. This is,
See, that was one of the things. Like on our last podcast, we were talking about urban fantasy, and I asked you a question about it, and you said, "Well, mine doesn't have all that happy stuff." And like that was kind of a surprise to me because when I think urban fantasy, I think Harry Dresden. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
maybe some. I've read a few things. Have you got?
There's a lot of urban fantasy out there that they name themselves that because they're just in an urban setting, but it can be just about anything. I mean, there's a lot of YA that go into urban fantasy that for some reason they can't be considered youth or young adult type. Because they have a curse word in chapter 16 or something like that, but they'll go into urban fantasy.
I think young adult books can have curse words. I think actually pretty much anything goes in young adult. Look at the Hunger Games, right? I mean, those kids were slaughtering each other. You see drug use, you see teen sex. I think the only thing that makes something young adult is that it's a teen protagonist, and actually not to be the woman bringing up sexism, but I've read some articles that there is a little bit of a sexist issue in publishing where if a man like Brandon Sanderson writes about a teenager, it's automatically adult fiction. But if a woman writes about a teenager, even if it deals with really like sophisticated or dark or mature themes, if the main character is a teenager, it's called young adult, and people kind of turn their noses up at young adult. So it's apparently kind of an ongoing issue. And I have talked to some publishing companies and agents, and really the only thing that makes something young adult is having a teen protagonist who has coming of age themes. But other than that, anything goes.
I always thought it was kind of like, to speak to your point, I have read that there have been a lot of female authors who write under male pen names, depending on the genre they write in, because, it changes the perception. And, it's definitely true. Like, I think it does. Like, but I also think that we're living in a time where there's a market out there for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, some people do turn their nose up to YA, but there's also a huge market for it. You know what I mean? There's a huge successful YA market out there. I always thought of it as like having, I thought for something to be YA, it was, there always had to be like a love triangle. There's like a romantic subplot.
No. It's crazy. My last series, The Lightning Conjurer, I actually had some agent interest in that, and they wanted to represent it for publishing companies. And in the end, they said, we're really sorry, but we actually don't know how to market your book. It does have coming of age themes, but because your protagonist is in her 20s, you cannot call it young adult. And because it does have some of those coming of age themes, we can't market it as pure adult. And so even though we really like the story, we can't market it. And that's, I think, a really big, not to get on like a different tangent, but I think that's a really big shame with the traditional publishing industry, is that you have to fit into a genre so neatly, and it's very narrow. And if you don't, and I'm not talking about myself anymore, but there are so many authors out there who are brilliant. And because they don't fit neatly into any one particular genre, they're being turned away from these traditional publishing houses. And then they go on to be like these brilliant indie authors who are raking in tons of money. So, good for them.
Well, yeah, there you go. There's your win, and I've been doing this since, I think I first published in 2011.
Yeah. And,
the market has changed so much over time. Yeah. And for me, my winning strategy, I haven't had like a winning strategy. Like, I got lucky at a certain point, but it took me like, 5 or 6 years to get there. But, what I found is that, you've got to sort of scoop your own people out of the crowd. You know what I mean? You just, a slow build is the best way to do it. But as far as your book goes, the beautiful thing about that is they can turn you down, right? But then you can come to Amazon and you can put it in like New College or something, or there's a lot of categories that exist on, and let's be honest, Amazon is the bookstore if you're in the United States.
It is.
You know what I mean? And in a lot of places in the world, it's just the only bookstore.
That's funny I'm sorry, Jeff.
I was talking to Kat Rambo the other day, and I think she was 18 or podcast 18 or whatever. And, she's a published author, but she also does indie. And that's her whole thing, is that if a publisher won't pick it up, screw it, I'll just do it indie.
Right.
Yep.
Why
not?
She's got like
a following.
250 some short stories published, and she's got 30 some books published, and it's like, I just do whatever I want. And that's the beauty for her, is that if publishers don't want it, I'll just do it.
Exactly. There are people out there who are publishing, like reverse harem werewolf romances. You know what I mean? And people are buying them and reading them.
Yeah.
There's, just about anything you want to write. You can, as long as you can get it in front of people, even if you just market it strictly by email and you published wide, and, there's a million ways you can do it.
A haunted vagina.
That.
Yeah. And
exactly.
Dude, you know what I mean? But did you see the reviews and that book was,
it sold a lot.
It was very successful. And it's obviously intended to be funny. You know what I mean? And that's the great thing. It's like, do you think if he'd have taken that to fucking Penguin Random House? You know what I mean? Like, imagine selling that manuscript. Being like, no, listen. It's okay. So a dead body climbs out of her vagina. Okay, no. Stay with me.
No, I was screaming about this when Jeff was telling me. So I'm just mentally preparing myself for what's
her safe word is Vespa, by the way.
It is Vespa. My husband might be mad at me for saying that on a podcast.
See, like
Oh,
anybody
that's
who's
really
ever
your
tried-
safe word. Oh. Alrighty.
If it was, I wouldn't
Wow.
tell you.
Wow.
We feel special here on the podcast.
No, please, DW, tell us about the zombie coming out of a woman's vagina. I would love to hear. I would.
Will allow me to continue in a more intimate tone.
Ooh, please do.
I just got chills. Hot flash.
I use that low, husky
Oh,
voice to
shit.
tell us about haunted vaginas, please.
Right, like, but seriously, like, imagine trying to pitch that manuscript. Like,
They
the
call
funny thing is,
security.
yeah, it's like they're having relationship issues before he gets sucked inside, right? And then he meets somebody in there, and now they're having more. It's like it's really, it's about, it's about love, and it's about, it's a funny story about, and you get all serious about it, and they just imagine the look that you'll get,
It's
Yeah.
a love triangle. Yeah.
But right,
Is
but
the
a book would,
vagina the triangle, or what am I missing?
No, I mean, you've
yeah,
got
you're,
the girlfriend, you got the
I'm
boyfriend,
actually
and then
making
you
a
got
gang
Fig
sign,
in her
sorry.
crotch.
Beth, is this a good time for me to read you? Speaking of stories that could never be traditionally published, may I please serenade
Yes.
you boys with the story that I found?
Please do.
Okay,
I want to
yay.
hear this, yeah,
Okay.
because I got something too.
Oh, I can't wait. It's sharing time. Okay. I need to make you guys small so I can see your reactions. I'm very, very excited about this. I wanted to share it specifically with the two of you. Like, I could have done it with just Jeff, but I was like, no, I want DW. This will take me a few minutes to read, but I promise you it'll be worth it. Are you ready? This is called Rough and Ready, and this is an actual excerpt from the book. Okay?
I'm already intrigued.
Good, please be. Her long hair, still wet from the shower, had been combed down her back in a wet, I don't even know what that word is. Hilda was sitting on the floor, her round, wet boobs still wet from the shower's water. She dried off the water with a towel, which then became wet. Hilda gasped when she saw a reflection in her bedroom mirror. Through the slightly open door, she caught a glimpse of the chiseled abs and square jaw of the mysterious stranger who shared her cabin. She stood and spun around, her breasts swinging heavily with momentum.
Oh,
She
wait,
grabbed the door.
Wait.
Oh, it gets so
Let me
much
slow down.
better.
Wait.
It gets
No. Wait.
so much better.
Her breast swinging with momentum, right? That's what I thought.
Heavily swinging
like,
heavily with momentum.
I've actually seen that on certain videos. Anyway.
Okay, continue.
She grabbed the door and flung it open, revealing a shirtless Torolf, which was seriously his name, quivering with desire in the hallway. Torolf was ashamed of being caught, but his shame made him even hotter for sex. He stepped into the room and his bulging abs accidentally smushed. I can't read this, you guys are laughing. His bulging abs accidentally smushed into Hilda's buttery chest. As Hilda's buttermilk bosom squished up against his granite abs, Torolf almost had a dick aneurysm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what?
I'm trying
Nice.
really hard not to laugh.
Dude, okay,
Hilda.
wait. I just want to pause for respect. Okay.
Please. Her buttermilk breasts, dick aneurysm.
This is great.
Yeah.
That
I
the words
saved
dick aneurysm were ever put beside each other.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
DW.
artful.
I saved this just for you. Okay. All right. Torolf is about to talk. He says, Hilda, Torolf murmured thickly, his throbbing meat wand pressing against Hilda's warm thighs. There is a secret I need to not tell you. You are my forbidden desire. Hilda had been waiting to hear these words. Her heart was lifted on golden wings and soared toward a radiant sun of perfect joy. She saw herself and Torolf happy together, bathed in the golden light of love. Her snooch got all warm too. Torolf, Hilda moaned, her lush teeth straining with desire. As a woman, I don't know how my teats would strain with desire, but I'll go on.
I can imagine it though. As a man, I can imagine teeth.
Are you
straining with
imagining my
desire.
teats straining with desire? Because I take offense to that.
I mean, I was imagining teats in general straight. I would say that it's a possibility for me.
It's a possibility.
I
So
can
her snooch
understand.
is
I
warm.
can understand.
She's
I
telling
love the word
Torolf.
snooch as well. I love that.
I've never heard of that before this. She's
It's
telling him
it's a
how
great
much
word.
she needs him. And in response, it says this: Torolf, coarse abs pulsing softly in the moonlight, stood silently. Hilda looked at him expectantly. Oh, sorry, she added. Torolf, I need you sexually. After hearing those beautiful words, Torolf flexed his rough-hewn abs, and Hilda found herself being guided to her soft bed by the sheer force of Torolf's undulating midsection. She parted her thighs in anticipation, exposing the soft pink petals of her clunge. Torolf entered her like she was a lottery. His engorged pecker pushed inside felt fulfilled with sexual fulfillment.
Wait, stop. Wait, he entered her like she was a lottery. Wait, what, amongst
And his
millions of other
engorged
people?
pecker
I mean, what? I don't
pushed
understand
inside
that.
of her clunge. I don't even know what a clunge is.
Okay, wait. I mean, wow. That
We're-
that was a good one. But
We're almost
I
done.
mean, I still okay. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna put my
We'll talk
porn
about it.
stash back on.
So
There you go. Keep that one on.
he's entered her like a lottery with his pecker and her clunge, and she was fulfilled with sexual fulfillment. Now, Hilda clutched at the bed sheets with lust and ecstasy and her hands. Her spongy, her spongy love mountains hurled to and fro with each pounding. Her body was like a beautiful flower that was opening and somebody was pushing their dick inside of it.
Oh, nice.
Then
Nice.
Torolf moaned, arched his back, and suffered from Dick Parkinson's. He pumped in all of his hot pearlescent sperms as Hilda spasmed with so many orgasms, exclamation point. The two lay still for a moment as the stinky scent of lovemaking billowed around the room. Hilda got out of bed, shivering with orgasm. She glowed with contentment like a cat who ate the cream of the crop. She walked across the room and picked up her towel, still wet with shower water. Torolf, she said softly, there's something I have to tell you. But her bed was empty. Torolf was gone, escaped out the bedroom window. In the distance, Hilda heard the fading sound of galloping abs.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Sweet.
Nice. I mean, okay. I think this is, this is.
I don't know
I
what
want
the
to.
best part is.
I think it entered her like a lottery. Like, let's
That
talk about
is-
that one.
Yeah.
The meat wand got to me. The meat wand and her beautiful flower that was a clunge. And the galloping abs. I'm crying. I'm sorry.
I like buttery bosoms too. It's like, whoa, who buttered them up? Like, I didn't know
I
there was
like
butter in the room.
how they were like heaving and flopping.
And like when she turned around, she turned heavily around. Freaking like she took out the lamp that she spun to face him.
Did you see the Simpsons movie where Homer has an epiphany with like an Alaskan Inuit, and like her boobs are so big that when he asks which way to go during his like spirit quest or whatever, she flings her tits that way and they point? Like, that's what I was imagining about Hilda's heavily lofted boobs.
That is funny. Like, I think it's,
Spongy
obviously it's like,
mountains.
it's so like over the top that it's like, I think it's meant to be like,
So
you know what I mean?
I hope
I just
so.
looked up clunge. Clunge evidently is a British vulgar slang, chiefly used on the internet for vagina.
I'd heard something like that before. I didn't know if it was like clunge, but I thought
Those
when I heard
damn
that word,
dirty
I was like,
British.
I was like, somebody went and like Googled all the urban dictionary terms for pussy that you can find, And
I
like,
hope
oh,
you
that's-
guys got as hot and bothered and sexually fulfilled in fulfillment as I did.
Oh hell, I'm
I
at
mean,
full staff.
absolutely. Yeah.
Full meat wand
Yeah.
staff.
Oh my.
I mean, the reason I keep moving around is I'm lightheaded. because
Yeah.
Squirming.
So
I don't know if you saw
this
my
is
table
just-
raise a little bit. My camera was
Yeah.
jerking around.
Yeah. It's like the volume of blood is just staying like
Yeah.
below my waist. That's what's happening.
Little dizzy right now. Woo.
I'm actually in a wheelchair.
So
But I think that's wonderful. I like that.
I'm glad I could share it with you. I'm glad we could have this special moment together.
It is one. I know I've got something to share with you as well.
Oh, I
I
can't
do.
wait. Is it as nice as that was? Or is it polar bear clubbing?
It's actually from a world famous writer.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
As he takes another swig of his
This
beer.
is basically a piece of history right here.
Okay.
Let me just pull it up. Let me just pull it up. I got it bookmarked. I gotta pull it up here.
Don't
Jeff,
pull up
did
the
you
wrong
say
one.
you had something to share too?
Oh, here we
What's
go.
that?
Here we go.
Did you say you had something to share too?
Oh no, I'm not sharing anything else.
So, have you guys ever heard the name James Joyce before? I'm sure you have. Right?
Oh, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Well, there are a series of love letters that he wrote to his wife. There's something. All right. You guys ready for this?
Wait. I'm so excited.
This is an excerpt.
Jeff looks incredulous.
I'm a big history nerd, right? And like these are the kinds of things you find out as a history nerd, right? Here we go. You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little mercy cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties, ending in a long gush from your hole. It is wonderful to fuck a farting woman when every fuck drives one out of her. I think I would know Nora's fart anywhere. I think I could pick hers out in a room full of farting women. It is a rather girlish noise, not like the wet, windy fart, which I imagine fat wives have. It is sudden and dry and dirty, like what
Jeff,
a bold
quick,
girl
take a
would let off
screenshot.
in fun in a school dormitory at night. This is no shit. This is real. I'm not fucking with this. Is
No,
real.
please.
Like, I hope Nora will let off no end for farts in my face, so that I may know their smell also. This is James fucking Joyce. I'm not even kidding.
This was like.
There's more. Let me find another good part here.
Okay, I think you win.
Excuse me while I open up my.
Yeah.
This is history. Okay, this is history.
Wait. I'm doing an Archer thing. Hold on.
And the good thing is, Rachel, I saw this and I thought immediately, I was like, this is the thing to share.
I am so glad that you thought of me when you were reading about flatulent coitus.
I know. I knew that truly. anybody who burns polar bears alive,
with
anybody
burning tires.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know this about Rachel or not, but Rachel actually has an entire penguin crucifixion yard in her backyard. She's got an entire level dedicated specifically to the art of penguin crucifixion.
Penguin crucifixion.
Yeah, she says the pain makes the skin softer.
Haven't you guys seen my penguin jacket? I left some of the beaks on for decoration.
That's true. That's a true statement.
Just so you know, DW, I'm the person who cries when I see roadkill. So, and keep reading about the flatulent boning.
Yeah, I've got more. There's another part that's let's see.
And this is James Joyce.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is James Joyce. Yes, author of Ulysses and all that. Yes. It was you yourself, you naughty, shameless girl, who first led the way. It was not I who first touched you long ago down at the ring's end. It was you who slid your hand down inside my trousers and pulled my shirt softly aside and touched my prick with your long tickling fingers and gradually took it all, fat and stiff as it was, into your hand and frigged me slowly until I came off in your fingers, all the time bending over me and gazing at me out of your quiet, saint-like eyes.
Wait, I'm trying to follow this in my head. Bending over me. Okay, whatever.
Here's another line. Like these are the words. Okay, these are the words.
This is why I told my kid not to come in here.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to
That's
stay far away from the office tonight. He was like,
Didn't
but
say
why?
that.
I want to see you on a podcast. Nope.
Nope.
No, you don't.
Nope. You don't. And don't watch this one.
Told
Nope.
my son, I'm like, don't come out on the porch tonight, baby. But anyway, let me pull this back up here. Fuck me if you can, squatting in the closet with your clothes up, grunting like a young sow doing her dung, and a big, fat, dirty, snaking thing coming slowly out of your backside. Fuck me on the stairs in the dark like a nursery maid fucking her soldier. Oh my God. It gets, yeah. Oh yeah. It gets bad. Like,
It gets,
It gets
more
bad.
bad. It gets
There's
bad. It's
more
not
about
bad
farts
already.
Oh, when do we get to the bad part?
there's more about farts here. Hold on. Like, I've got to get
Jesus
I
Christ.
need a
No,
Xanax.
there's run-on sentences. There's a lot of run-on sentences. Okay. Fuck me on the stairs in the dark like a nursery maid fucking her soldier, unbuttoning his trousers gently and slipping her hand into his fly, and fiddling with his shirt and feeling it getting wet, and then pulling it gently up and filling it with his two bursting balls, and at last
Oh.
pulling out boldly the Mickey she loves to handle and frigging it for him softly, murmuring into his ear dirty words and dirty stories that other girls told her and dirty things she said, and all the time kissing her drawers with pleasure and letting off soft, warm, quiet little farts.
I need a
This
break.
motherfucker, he was obsessed with farts.
I need a mental health break.
No,
You'll
no,
excuse.
you're always gonna remember that I let you know that James Joyce had a shit fetish. But
Oh shit.
this is historical. This is in the record.
Yeah. So what weird shit are we gonna get into when we get famous? Well, I mean,
Oh, man.
Rachel's already a
I'm famous.
she's already a best-selling author over there. I'm not even sure
Oh
what
no,
she's
I
doing on
wasn't
this
talking
podcast.
about that. I was talking about National Geographic filming me clubbing all those baby seals.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I moonlight for National Geographic sometimes.
Oh, that's how you found out, motherfucker. I was wondering. I was like, how do you even know I killed everyone who got close? Okay. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. I have many skills I've learned over the years on my many trips to the Arctic.
So I played a game tonight. It was my bonus kids idea. And it's a jelly bean game, and you spin a spinner. And so you've got like 10 different colors, and each color can have 2 flavors. And I just want to tell you guys the game that I played because it was pretty interesting. So they've got a yellow one, which could either be buttered popcorn or rotten eggs. This is what the spinner looks like, right?
Okay.
So it can be buttered popcorn or rotten eggs. It also has coconut and spoiled milk, toasted marshmallow or stink bug. Oh, and the one that I actually like, I threw up a little bit. It was birthday cake and dirty dishwasher.
This sounds like James Joyce explaining his wife's or describing his wife's farts.
There was also there was a strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. I highly recommend you guys play this with your kids.
Oh, absolutely.
I do. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's great. It's so great. You won't gag or vomit or anything.
Uh-huh.
It's wonderful.
My household is just me and my 8-year-old son, you know,
Play
so
it.
it's just all fucking like, you know, it's he's farting and shit all the time. Like,
Then you'll love this
don't fart
game.
when you walk by me. You know?
You'll love this game. You'll be like, is it pear or boogers?
One of the
That's a true
questions I
flavor.
ask a lot of authors when I'm interviewing them is, have you seen the podcast? And oh yeah, I watched it a little bit to get familiar with it.
This is gonna be the episode you want to point them to. Right?
Yeah.
Tell them
Clip the part about
specifically.
me.
Oh,
You know, get him me reading the thing about farts and fucking.
This is gonna be
Jeff,
episode.
be like,
This is gonna be episode 20. So
okay. Be like, before I do an interview with you, you need to watch 1. And I always tell everybody to watch episode 20. It gives you a really good idea of how this is going to go down.
right.
Like spiraling down into the abyss.
And
Down.
what's really funny is, you know, people might actually be interested to see what it's like when authors get together, and then after this, they won't give a shit.
No.
No.
No, not it.
No.
They're going to be like,
They
I
were
thought
all
this was
just
going to be
crazy.
interesting. We were going to talk about writing ideas. We were going to talk about the fascinating dreams you
Right.
have that
Like some-
inspire no.
Like something they'd see on PBS. Yeah. No.
No, it's spongy love mountains.
Exactly.
And what, like girly gas? I don't know. I can't even.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that.
Can't remember what he put in
Don't
his
even wanna-
articles. All
you
I
don't
know
even
is
wanna
that it
say
was
it.
disturbing.
Love farts. I don't know.
He said it's wonderful. He said it's wonderful to fuck a farting girl when each one makes a fart out of her or something like that. Oh, dude. Oh, he was so into it. Like, you know, that was one of those letters that he wrote one-handed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was leaning hard on his elbow
He
writing
was-
that letter because his hand was just going crazy.
Mr. Joyce, what are you doing? Well, I'm writing my wife a letter.
Yeah, get out of my room. I told you not to enter my cabins while I'm cleaning them.
My reputation is ruined forever. There are actually people out there who just think I'm a nice, low-key, like polite individual. And
No more.
it's ruined.
It's about time they learned the truth.
The truth.
You were doomed when you were like, oh, I'm on the same train as DW.
I
Oh,
knew
shit.
it. I
We
talked
both
to my
talked about
therapist about
tentacle
it.
porn.
Yeah, she was like, Rachel, I don't even think you should go to therapy anymore. There's no help for you.
There's
Yeah,
nothing
she's like,
wrong with you. You're just like everybody else.
Yeah, she's like, get out of my office.
Yeah, it frightened her. It frightened her. I got kicked out
Oh.
after that. I haven't heard back from her son. She changed her name and her number.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
She's one of my ex-wives, so
I've heard about your ex-wives.
no, you haven't.
I've heard
Yeah,
from
everybody has.
Angel a little bit. You
Oh,
attract
no,
the
no, no.
crazy.
No, I can't be talking shit like on you know.
How many like different drugs are you taking right now? I see a vape pen, beer, and a massive blunt. Is there anything else down below
there's
your
some-
camera that we're not?
There's something going on with your mic.
I figured. Oh, is there?
No,
Is
not
that
yours.
mine?
It's Rachel's.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Is it bad?
It's a little staticky.
I'll mute myself.
But what? Let me see. Now I'm all discombobulated.
I am
What was
too.
what was the question? Oh, do I have any drugs off camera? No, I do not. No, I think
They're all on camera.
I'm actually a legal consumer. Thank you very much, and I think that's pretty good for a Thursday night. You know, beer and the green grown from the ground. You like that alliteration?
I'm trying to actually get her to unmute. I can't unmute her.
Am I okay? It's because I keep muting it back. Am I still staticky?
Am I better? Yeah, you're
Actually,
better.
you're better. Oh, yikes!
Somebody who
That was-
is not watching the video is going, "What the fuck is wrong with this recording?" Anyway,
I stopped listening a long time ago, Jeff.
they
let's be
actually
honest.
did. Yeah, you're right. It's past 15 years.
You know, they got out of here when we were talking about farting and stuff.
Probably before that, the galloping abs probably said, "Oh fuck this shit."
I think that might help your ratings for
Yeah.
some people.
Nothing can help my ratings.
Do you guys want to talk about anything serious or shall we devolve further?
I'm gonna ask a serious question at
Uh-oh.
some point. Let me think of one. Cacao. So
I'm not sure if
What
I'm in the
do you
mood for
guys think?
serious.
Jeff looks stressed. Yeah, I agree.
I just spent an entire day with my family celebrating a 3-year-old birthday.
Oh, I'm so
Oh.
sorry.
And
yeah.
so it's
Oh,
not really
God.
stress, it's just kind of relief talking to adults. It was actually a lot of fun. My 3-year-old woke up this morning and said, "I'm old."
Dude, I love kids.
Yeah,
Okay, and they're wonderful, man.
yeah.
I
My
don't
son
love
says the
kids.
funniest shit.
It's funny.
Don't
I'm
want
not
kids?
a big fan.
Not a big fan. Well,
I
someday.
like him in like
Moderation.
limited. Yeah. Like I just spent all day today helping Josh with his schoolwork, and he's got ADD, and that's basically why I'm drinking. So yeah.
Yeah,
Love
that
him.
schoolwork. Yeah, schoolwork can be really frustrating. It really can. But my son has actually done better with this online school than
Yeah, you can really tell
at
the
school.
introverts from the extroverts.
Yeah, I mean he's really smart. It's just keeping him on task. That's the tough thing.
Yeah.
But it's I always look at it like a it sounds weird, but like a tactical approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to kind of figure out what works best, and when he was really young, I used to think because when I was young, my dad, the way he taught me to swim, he seriously threw me in a lake. You
Oh,
know what
that's
I mean?
nice.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But it wasn't, to me, it wasn't like this traumatic thing or anything. That was just the way you do it. So when he was young, he wanted to go into this bouncy castle thing, and he was a little nervous to go in there. And so I was kind of watching him, it was at this birthday party. So I just grabbed him and I went in there with him, and it scared the living shit out of him. It was like the complete wrong approach. And so now when I want him to do something, I'll just leave him with it and I'll walk away and I'll just kind of watch from a distance. Eventually he'll kind of work his way to playing with it, and then you just kind of got to leave him alone sometimes.
My entire day was about Frozen.
Man.
We have frozen balloons, we have frozen dishes or plates and all the cutlery and a frozen cake, and we had to watch Frozen and Frozen 2 and Olaf's Christmas and some other Olaf thingamajigger, and we had an Olaf ice castle that we had to play with for a while, and oh my god.
Are you traumatized?
Not really. One thing that I did do was when my daughter was changing clothes. Let me just pull up the graphic for you real quick. I put Anna into a stripper pose.
Oh my.
Yeah.
In case you didn't notice, I was just trying to trigger you.
Let it go.
Oh, nice.
The cold doesn't
Will you
bother
guys
me
sing
anymore.
along? Will you sing along?
I'm not sure if you're going to get me in a
He's numb
copyright.
to it now. No, he's numb to it now. Yeah. It's transformative. It's transformative.
It is. It's a beautiful song, and I listen to it often.
That's right. She was originally a villain because they based on Hans Christian Andersen's.
Yeah, ice cream.
And then
ice cream.
Oh, that sounds good. Like
it
mint chocolate
does.
chip. Sounds great. Yeah, but then they wrote that song and they were like, "Oh shit, we got to make her a good guy because it's such an empowering song." Yeah, that's cool.
All right, DW, you're saying something.
Was I?
I don't know. Were you?
Let's see. Let me open the beer and think about it. Let's see.
All right, attaboy.
Let's see here. What was I saying?
We should talk about some serious authoring shit.
We should at some point. We should get into something that may help someone.
Maybe. We're gonna let them listen to all the other shit first, and then get to the good, the golden stuff's at the end, guys.
Say, all right. If I'm gonna give some brutal truth, right? Like this is me being drunk, talking to young authors out there. I'm a young author too.
Yeah.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were young or an author. But
oh, I'm both of those things. I'm both of those things, and also amazing.
Yes, you are.
But I would say the biggest thing is your mailing list, dude. Like, you gotta have a mailing list. You gotta give away a book, and you gotta have a mailing list.
I don't have a mailing list.
You gotta get one. Everything else is just sharecropping.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: like, if you're gonna put a shit ton of time into your Facebook, or like YouTube or Instagram or whatever other social media platform you're using to market your books, it's you're just on someone else's borrowed think of it like borrowed land. We used to call it digital sharecropping back in the day. That's what people would say.
Well, now I'm depressed. You're the second person today telling me I need a mailing list. My editor.
You need a mailing list. Yeah, you need one. But because those are your people, right? Like you got to find. They say that 1,000 true fans will take you through anything. You know, that if you can get 1,000 people who will buy just about everything that you put out, you know, who are close to you in some sense, like I'll talk to my readers sometimes. I'll send me emails and I'll write back to them. You know, I'll want to find different ways to interact with them, because, you know, if you have a cloud of people, so to speak, you know, that will read everything that you write, then, you know, you don't have to, you know, have some big overnight success. You can just slowly burn over a long period of time. And 5 years from right now, I mean, if you're starting from right now, if you're writing your first book right now, start your mailing list right now. Write something for free, give it away, because your first book is going to suck anyway, bro. You know, like, your first one sucks. My first one was terrible, you know, but there were people out there who read it, and there are people on my mailing list right now who have been with me since that very first book, you know, and they'll write me sometimes, be like, dude, I remember when, you know, they'll say, I remember when Child of the Flames was called this other thing, and you know what I mean? I'll be like, yeah, you know, those are my people, you know, like,
Well,
you've got to hold on to them.
the other thing is social media changes the rules, and they pick and choose what they're going to show people.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just because you post something in your feed doesn't mean that all 200, 300, 400 people that you have, or, you know, whatever it is going to see that post.
You know, my page got in trouble because I posted a picture of a mug that had fuck on it, and it was talking about how it's like a writer's best friend because of you can do so much with it. Like, that's fucking great. Go fuck yourself. And somebody reported to my algorithm when.
Well,
yeah.
Every Facebook ad that I've added here in the last week and a half has shut down my advertising account.
Really?
Why?
Yeah, every one of them.
Putting in your ads. Like,
well, that's not.
Yeah, is it like Quartz penises or something? I don't.
No.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would? What a perv.
There's 3 book ads, and there's 3 ads for this podcast that I put out this week. And so, like I said, in the last 3 weeks, I've put out 6 ads, not that much, right? But each one of them has shut down my advertising accounts because I violated something. So then I appeal it, and within an hour, I'm back online. Oh, we're terribly sorry. They have their AI cranked up so much because of the political ads.
Yeah, I imagine that might be what it is.
That they're basically,
you know, in Facebook's defense, like, I mean, I know we're going through this whole thing right now with tech censorship and everything, and, you know, look, I'm totally on the side of freedom of speech. Like, I'm a classic freedom of speech kind of guy. You know, I think if you're, you know, you ought to be able to say whatever bullshit. I think it's on people not to buy into bullshit. Like, I don't think you should be able to put libel shit out there. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to attack somebody, you know, or put out like something that's just really, you know, you shouldn't be able to violate, like, there should be some conduct rules, you know. But in Facebook's defense, like, they probably got, like, imagine just the flood of information that comes through their, you know, filters, headquarters, whatever you want to call it, their system, you know, every second. Like, how many people there are interacting with it, how many people are just buying Facebook ads, and, you know what I mean? The team of people who are managing this, just the crazy influx, they have to be, you know, it has to be either a massive, huge amount of people, or it has to be, you know, algorithmically managed. And, you know, algorithms are always going to have problems, you know?
Yeah.
I run a lot of Facebook ads, man. I'm a Facebook ads ninja.
Yeah, I got to talk to you about that.
Hey, well, I mean, I'll give you a tip. This is my 2020 tip, right, for new authors, right?
Do it.
The first thing is mailing list.
I've been around for 2 years, mofo.
Well, I mean, there's you know, there's new authors out there watching this.
No, I know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few people that we've had in the Zoom powwows. You know, I'm talking to them right now. But
actually, you're drinking it.
Your series page on them, and this is not my original thing. I got this from David Gogren, but I've tested it and it totally works. Run ads to your series page. Like, lead people to your Amazon series page, because A, there's no ads on it yet. B, the button to buy your entire series is a smart button. So if you have readers who bought your first 3 and they need to buy your next 3, they can buy the rest of the series with that one click, and it won't overcharge them. You can have series reviews, you know, so you can lead people to review on your series page. And dude, I just did like a short run. I spent like $150 for the last week of this month running ads to my series page, and I found that people, most people they buy the first books, and the first book in my series is 99 cents. I don't know if that's like a stat or something, but I figure a discounted first book, you'll be fine. And like the ad paid for itself within the first 3 days. And after that, I've had several people that just buy the entire series. There are people out there who will do that. And, enough people have just bought the first book that I've seen a huge boost in page reads. And I think the way I've targeted it, I've found some Kindle Unlimited readers because my orders haven't gone up enough to justify the boost in page reads that I've had.
Yeah.
So mailing lists and run ads to your series page. Use the dynamic creative option on Facebook for traffic.
So, that's good advice.
So you've
He got frozen. He's stuck.
yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a text message. It was dirty. Anyway.
A penis? Because it is.
Was it? No, something about debauchery, but whatever. So at the end, there's only about 5 minutes left, and we BS'd around a little bit. Me being an idiot, I accidentally hit pause on the recording and lost it. Anyway, thank you for listening to this particular podcast. This is Jeff Bacon with the DIY Writer, and if you actually made it this far, please subscribe because obviously you're hooked on the show. If you didn't, you'll never hear it. Isn't that great? Anyway, thanks. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
I'm not doing this again.
All right.
It was paused at one point in time, so I'm not sure who paused it.
How could we
Wasn't
pause
me.
it?
I'm telling
Wasn't
you.
me.
Well, it had to be one of you two. It must have been me. Shit.
Yeah. From our seats in the control room.
Yeah.
So what do we do now?
Well, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and end the podcast, and I'll cut an ending. I'll just
And they'll just see us back with like new hairstyles and new clothes. Being
Yeah.
like, hey, thanks.
Something like that.
Right? Well, bye-bye.
We'll see how long it
Daytime.
lasts. That's interesting. We'll see. I'll see what the editing looks like, and we'll go from there.
See you tomorrow,
All right.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. Peace.
Good luck with that.
All right. Good luck.
Bye,
All right.
guys.
This is Jeff with the
Yeah.
DIY Writer. Hope to God you listen this long. If not, have a nice day.
Sorry.